And it is pertinent to understand that over the years, humanity has always had instances in history where questions on who God the Creator is, what God does, or what God doesn't do. And these questions come to the fore. And yet again, the theology of the scriptures is being questioned. A perfect example that is not too far from our minds is COVID-19, where many, sad enough, even believers questioned if this was God's judgment coming upon a sinful world, or if this is the end of the world. A number of people came up with prophecies that it was going to be the end of the world. There was even a guy in Port Harcourt, a prophet, who prophesied that COVID-19 was going to be the end of the world, and that, the following year was going to be the rapture. And some journalists came from Port Harcourt to ask me, because the guy was very loud, to ask me in Uyo here if I have heard from God that next year will be the end of the year. And I smiled and I said to the journalist, that is a problem with anybody who tries to teach eschatology outside the revelation of Christ. Because you see, the Bible is a theology. The theology of the Bible is Christology. And the content of Christology is soteriology, which means that you can never understand the theology, the revelation of God in Scripture, outside the person of Jesus Christ. Any attempt to get involved in eschatology independent of the Christ will get you into crisis. And so they asked me, and I laughed, and I said to them, well, is it not next year? Let's watch. By this time next year, please come back to my office. We shall revisit the subject. Well, we're still here today. The rapture has not happened. Everybody is fully on ground. It's important to pay attention so that, people don't begin to predict things that do not have scriptural substance or scriptural backing. Many of such questions, queries, mindsets, belief systems emanate from wrong interpretation of the scriptures. So it's expedient for us to rightly divide the word of truth, to find out and understand.